One AL East power is gone, and now the evil empire invades Cleveland to start a 4-game series. The Yankees took 3 out of 4 from the Tribe in New York, but the Indians were no pushover and fought them all the way. This time around, Alex Rodriguez is going for baseball history, and it's Jake Westbrook's job tonight to prevent him from joining the fabled 600 home run club next on Sports Time Ohio. From Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, it's the first of 4 this week between the Tribe and the Eastern Division leading New York Yankees. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Tribe opens up this 4-game series here tonight, and Alex Rodriguez comes to town sitting on the brink of history. He's hit 599 home runs, trying to join a very select group. He'll be just the 7th member of the 600 home run club if and when he hits that mark.
Well, yesterday in his last at-bat, he was drilled by a pitch, a 95-mile-an-hour fastball hitting the hand, but he will be in there tonight, and this guy has power to all fields. When you look at the numbers, he is right up there. Number 7 all-time. It is really something very, very special, and they will have marked baseballs going into the game tonight sequentially in case he does happen to hit number 600 here. Then the negotiations start.
Jake Westbrook gets the task for the Tribe tonight. He's on the hill, and historically, he's had some pretty decent success against the Yankees over the year.
Well, Jake Westbrook hasn't pitched against New York since 2007, but he's going to get an opportunity tonight. He's pitched very well against the East so far this year. He's going to have to be on top of his game. That changeup's going to have to be working. He's going to have his good slider, spot that fastball, and this is a very patient Yankee team. They're number 1 in the league in runs scored. He will be matched up against Javier Vasquez, who's 0-2 against the Central, 7-5 in his career against the Indians. So we'll see if the Indians can get it started out on the right foot.
Vasquez matched up against Westbrook once upon a time back in 2004, and Jake and the Tribe beat the Yankees that night in the house that Ruth built 22-0. We'll be back with all the play-by-play action coming up next. What kind of walk-up you thinking? Behind Jake Westbrook. Westbrook looking for his 7th win on the season, 6-6 coming in to tonight's action. While he gets ready to make his warm-up tosses, let's get a look at Joe Girardi's starting lineup for the Yankees, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Experience truly great engineering today at your authorized dealer. Derek Jeter, Nick Swisher, and Mark Teixeira at the top of the order for the Bronx Bombers. Then it's Alex Rodriguez, followed by Robinson Cano, who's put up big numbers against the Tribe this year. Jorge Posada will DH. Curtis Granderson is in center. Francisco Cervelli behind the dish. And Brett Gardner is batting ninth.
Tonight's starting pitcher brought to you by the Great Lakes Team Shop in Menor. It's Jake Westbrook making start number 21. He is at 500, 6-6, 4.74 ERA. Jake, on the year, at home, he has pitched 9 games. He's 3-2 and a 4.28 here in this building. He has not pitched against the New York Yankees since 2007, and in his career, he is 2-4 against the Yankees. And Matt's got some numbers on a game that we'll never forget that he pitched back in New York. Time now to take a look at the Taco Bell Indians defensive lineup. In the outfield from left to right, it'll be Crow, Brantley, and Chu. On the infield, it's going to be Peralta, Cabrera, Donald, and Laporta. Santana is behind the plate. And when you're making a choice for late night, Taco Bell is a late night place to be.
Umpires tonight, Mark Wegner calling the balls and strikes. Dan Isanya is at first. Dale Scott, the crew chief, at second. Jerry Meals down to third. Derek Jeter steps in, ready to get us underway here this evening. Yankees 62-35 on the year. They lead the Rays by 3 games in the East. Westbrook misses outside for ball 1. Tribe is a game behind fourth place Kansas City. In last place in the AL Central, Indians 41-57 as we start today. They've won 7 of their last 10 coming in. Foul back to the screen. 1-1 to count on Jeter.
Well, they had a long homestand after the All-Star break where Tampa was in there, Kansas City. They had this is their first game on the road since July 11th, and they're the second best road team in the league. Guess what? Tampa just left. They're the best.
Big bouncer to second base. Jason Donald waiting back on it. Throws out Jeter. 1 away. Back on August 31st, 2004, the Indians played a game in Yankee Stadium which Jake Westbrook started for the Tribe and Javier Vasquez, tonight's starting pitcher for New York, started for the Yankees. Westbrook went 7 innings, 5-hit baseball, shutout baseball, and the Indians beat the Yankees 22-0. The worst loss in Yankees history.
Yeah, that game, Javier Vasquez, won an inning and a third?
Gave up 6 runs on 5 hits in an inning and a third. The 0-1 pitch. Also in that game that was memorable is Omar Vizquel had a chance to get his 7th hit. He was 6 for 6 going into his last at bat and flied out. 1-1 pitch. Fouled back out of play. Nick Swisher, a 301 hitter on the year coming in. Switch hitting right fielder. He's hit 17 home runs, and this is what he's done against the Tribe so far this year. 9 for 18. In the air to left field. Back goes Crow. Onto the track to pull it down. 2 away. .77 degrees at game time. Really, it's very pleasant. Just a picture-perfect evening. We had some scorching weather over the weekend with lots of humidity and rain delays, but we don't have to worry about that tonight.
Well, the Yankees had their, 2.5-hour rain delay yesterday.
That is right. Here's Mark Teixeira, looks at a ball outside. Switch hitting first baseman with 20 homers and 70 runs batted in.
You know, he's notoriously a slow starter, and we got to see him early. Well, it was May, end of May. You know, his batting average down, but you look at his numbers, the power numbers, the homers, the RBIs, they'll always be there. And what a defensive player this guy is.
2-0 pitch. He's like a vacuum cleaner at first base with that glove.
He's one of the best first basemen I can remember in a long, long time. You know, and he's normally you figure a left-handed first baseman, not him.
Fouled back. He saves. Think about how many errors he saves in infield by being able to pick the short hop throws.
That's what I'm talking about. And he had a great series when we were in New York for that 4-game series. I mean, tremendous series over at first base. You just go ask the other infielders how good he is, and they'll tell you.
Now the 2-2 to Teixeira. Oh, that was a close pitch, just a bit outside. And it goes full, 3-2. And the payoff. Chopped foul.
That's the one thing this Yankees team has always done. They'll work you deep in the count. They're second in the league in walks, 397. Tampa was first. Boston is third. And this pitching staff for the Indians will be facing all these three teams here in the next week or so. That's why you're going to have to continue to pound the strike zone.
Again, the 3-2, softly hit toward left center. Crow charging hard, reaches out, and makes the catch to end the inning. The Yankees go 1-2-3. And now the Tri-Bats come to the plate when we return. Field as Javier Vasquez finishes his warm-up tosses. We'll look at the Indians starting lineup presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive is proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Michael Brantley at the top of the order, followed by Asdrubal Cabrera and Shin-Soo Choo. Carlos Santana batting cleanup, followed by Travis Hafner, Johnny Peralta. Matt Laporta will hit seventh, then Trevor Crow and Jason Donald rounds it out.
Javier Vasquez is the pitcher for the Yankees. He is 2-0 in his last three starts. He's pitched much better. The previous three starts before that, he was 0-2. He has not won a game against the Central Division this year, but his ERA has gotten better from every month of the year. He really got off to a rough start early. He has given up 17 home runs in his 100 innings this year.
And Michael Brantley looks at a first pitch strike.
But when you go back over the years since 2000, he's second in most innings pitched. He is second in strikeouts, trailing only Randy Johnson. And, you know, he's been out there every day as far as starts go.
Big bouncer to first. Teixeira with a nice grab and the flip for out number one.
Let's check out the Yankees defensive lineup brought to you by Huntington Bank. And by the way, this defense is rated second in the league. Gardner, Granderson, Swisher in the outfield, left to right. Rodriguez at third. Jeter at short. Cano at second. Teixeira is at first. Cervelli is behind the plate. They have made 41 errors and have turned 95 double plays.
Asdrubal Cabrera climbs in. Brings a 280 season average into tonight's action. And Vasquez goes right at him with a first pitch strike. You know, I was thinking back when Vasquez was with the White Sox against the Indians, he always seemed to pitch pretty well against the Tri.
You know, he will always have a lot of strikeouts. He's a fastball pitcher. He's not throwing as hard as he used to. That was a cutter there. He's got a curveball, but he could change the eye level of a hitter. That's when he used to throw in the low 90s, 92, 93. He had a little more zip on that fastball, but he's logged a ton of innings. You remember back when he was with Chicago, Ozzie Guillen said he wasn't a big game pitcher when they were going down the stretch, and it was against the Minnesota Twins.
He was trying to challenge him, and it didn't really work.
It had backfired.
The 2-1. Missed 3 balls and a strike. Well, the one thing that jumps out at me for Vasquez is that he's only given up the 87 hits in his 100 innings of work so far this year.
Well, he's 150 wins, 146 losses. That's a lot of games. He never gives in.
Ball 4.
You see, now he'll nibble a little bit more than compared to when he used to challenge you.
So a one-out base runner for the Tribe here in the first, and Shin-Soo Choo to the plate.
You know, you look at this Indians team, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys have even faced him before. Hafner, Kearns, of course, from the National League, Marte, who's not in the lineup, Peralta, and Cabrera.
Well, and to your point, that game we talked about earlier back in 2004 when the Indians beat the Yankees 22-0, only Jake Westbrook and Travis Hafner remain from that Indians team that handed that beating to the New York club. Choo, 13 home runs, 45 runs batted in. It was on this day back in 2006 that the Indians got Choo from the Mariners in exchange for Ben Broussard. What a tremendous trade.
On this day, huh? Yes, it was. Yeah, Broussard went on. He played with Seattle briefly, then went down to Texas, has moved around. I think he even spent some brief time with the Yankees. And I don't even know if he's in baseball anymore.
I seem to recall his name on a spring training roster, but yeah, I don't think he might have hung him up.
Well, and Choo's just entering into the prime of his career.
Well, the other interesting thing, you talk about that deal that the Indians made to get Choo. It was a month earlier when they traded Eduardo Perez to the Mariners to get his Drupal Cabrera.
Both first basemen that the Indians had, the Mariners wanted.
The 1-1. And Choo, a rifle shot to first where Teixeira grabs it, tags the bag, ends the inning. No score after 1 in Cleveland.
Eat fresh. By Continental Airlines. Work hard, fly right. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers.
Alex Rodriguez sitting on 599 career home runs. They have special balls earmarked when he comes to the plate that they have to use.
And they are numbered.
And those are basically for authenticating purposes.
Now, if one should be fouled off in the stands, you go to the next one. They're sequentially numbered. They're on the third dozen that they are using right now for number 600. And Jack Efter, who's in charge of the umpires room, will have to document it or log it. And they traveled with 3 dozen baseballs here. If they need more in this 4-game series, the Yankees are responsible. And they had that R in there for Rodriguez, and I think they're starting with number 25. What's Jack trying to get on the field to play?
Well, they threw a ball out, so he's got to take that.
Oh, I got you.
Put it back in the bushel.
Hitting the dirt. Okay.
In there for a strike, 1-2.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
When they short hop the catcher, the umpire rolls it back out. I got you.
Special rules apply.
And then he
here.
writes it down, scuffed.
There it is. There's his log.
Uh-huh.
Under the watch fly of Jim Folk. The 1-2 fouled back to the screen.
If and when it does happen, Matt, then you have the stadium ops, which Jim is in charge of, to go get the person, whoever retrieves that ball, and then the negotiations start. So those people out in the bleachers, and I would look in right center field if I was them early.
Now the 1-2 from Westbrook. Fouls it back. Well, and one of the reasons for the authenticating is the fact that these balls have become so valuable. When Rodriguez hit his 500th career home run, that ball eventually sold at auction for a little over $100,000.
Well, what's this one going to go for?
They estimate about the same, according to the so-called experts. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, but we had talked about it a little bit yesterday when you talk about the 600 home runs, which is a milestone for anybody. He'd be only the 7th guy to do it. There is not a national media person traveling with the Yankees right now. It's just, their media.
I think in light of everything that's come out in recent years with regards to swung on and missed. Rodriguez goes down swinging, and Westbrook has retired the first 4 in order here tonight.
That's a slider, and he comes up empty. It's in an excellent spot. That one went straight down. Very good pitch. Out comes Efta to get the baseballs. The bat boy comes out to give the umpire the regular balls, and let's get back into play.
I just think, though, Rick, with regard to everything that's come out in recent years with the steroids, with the performance-enhancing drugs, with the players who have admitted using them, like Rodriguez, it's definitely taken some of the shine off of it.
Yes, it has.
It's still a heck of an accomplishment any way you look at it, but I think most people look at it with sort of a, but.
Well,
there's that huge but that hangs over it.
Well, yeah, the only guys that were there before were Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, and that's about it.
Since then, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr., Sammy Sosa. Ground ball to second. Routine play for Jason Donald. 2 up, 2 down here in the second. Hey, Browns training camp daily will open up Saturday in Berea, and STO will be there once again. Jim Donovan, Doug Deacon, Tony Grossi, Mary Kay Cabot, Andre Nada, and the coach Sam Ritigliano all return to provide updates as the Browns get ready for the upcoming season. Training Camp Daily returns Saturday night at 10 right here on STO. Jorge Posada in the DH spot. Hammers that ball to left. Trevor Crow backpedaling and makes the running catch. And once again, the Yankees go 1-2-3. Middle of the second, no score here in Cleveland. Carlos Santana, Travis Hafner, and Johnny Peralta will bat for the Indians here against Javier Vasquez. Nice crowd on hand here for the opener in this 4-game series. Swung on and missed as the Yankees get their first look at Carlos Santana, the prized Indians rookie, who has hit 6 homers and driven in 21. A little bit high. This Santana's 41st game in an Indians uniform.
Well, this is something that's a little shocker. He's hitting .219 at home.
Beg your pardon, his 40th game is in an Indians uniform since the call-up.
You know, when you look at a couple of those guys, that's what the home road are really a big difference. Peralta's that way. Chu has a better batting average at home. He hits very well here.
The 1-1. A little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. Vasquez so far, more balls than strikes. The 2-1. High pop into center field. Back goes Granderson. And that's out number 1. Take a look at our great clip of the game from yesterday, brought to you by Great Clips. Travis Hafner with a 4-hit performance. Pronk starting to swing the bat a little bit better here. That's the 9th time in his career he's had a 4-hit game. First time since 2007. Relax. You're at Great Clips.
Well, now you want to see him start hitting with runners in scoring position. That's one place that he's really scuffled. And for him, for this offense to do anything, here's a man that has to hit when they're on base.
Takes a strike from Vasquez. No shift on for Hafner, but Robinson Cano, the second baseman, about 5 strides out onto the outfield grass in shallow right. Hafner hammers this ball deep right field. Swisher's going to watch this one sail out of here. Travis Hafner's 9th home run of the year, his 33rd run batted in, puts the Indians on top 1-0.
The 18th home run given up by Vasquez. And for Travis Hafner, that's his first homer since June 15th. So that had to feel good, and that's 5 straight hits for the big man. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. And look at that pitch right there. That pitch, they wanted it inside. That might have been a cutter that he left out over the plate. It was an off-speed pitch. I don't know if it was a slider or the cutter. But whatever it was, Hafner gives the Indians a 1-0 lead.
That was just a very good, aggressive swing by Pronk. And now Johnny Peralta sends a sky-high fly ball into center. Granderson has it for out number 2.
Well, it's Budweiser 2 for Tuesday when the Indians continue this series with the Yankees tomorrow night. You get 2 tickets in the bleachers and $20 in ticket plus food credit for only $32. That's a $28 savings. Visit Indians.com. Get your tickets today.
1-zip Tribe here in the second as Matt Laporta steps in. Manny acted before the ball game, really singing the praises of Matt Laporta and how hard he has worked at first base defensively. So you notice I don't take him out late in games anymore. We feel confident with the strides he's made defensively and the work he's put in that we don't need to take him out for defensive purposes late in the ball game. Two 2-0 the count. Little tapper foul. That home run, by the way, for Travis Hafner is first since June 15th when the Indians were playing the New York Mets in interleague action.
That's a New York thing.
2-1 delivery. Kind of a half swing for Laporta. Shoots it back foul. 18 home runs allowed by Vasquez in 101 2/3 innings of work. 2-2 pitch. Cervelli had to really reach outside for that, and the count goes full. Trevor Crowe would be next. The payoff. Stays alive. Almost seems at times that Matt Laporta is searching for the ball as opposed to just taking that real aggressive cut.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that you're not guessing up there. Like I said, if you're looking for one pitch and you swing at another one, that you recognize it maybe a little too late.
That 3-2 pitch hammered down the left field line, but he hooks it foul down into the seats. That was a much better swing.
You're better off just taking a pitch sometimes if it's not the one you're looking for. That way you're not caught in between. That's where a lot of check swings come in. Well, there's a fastball in. Well, he turned on it. He recognized it, and there it is. A lot of times you'll see him swing at a pitch where I don't necessarily think he's looking for that pitch.
Again, the 3-2. Pop back out of play. An 8-pitch at bat so far for Matt Laporta. With 2 down in the second, and the Indians on top 1-0. The 3-2. He chased after it, and Vasquez gets his first strikeout. But Travis Hafner's 9th home run of the year. As the Indians on top, 1-0 after 2. Remember in that Tampa series, all 3 games the Indians had a leadoff walk, which led to a first-inning run.
And they have now hit 48 consecutive games an extra base hit with that Hafner home run.
Curtis Granderson, Francisco Cervelli, and Brett Gardner to bat for New York here in the third against Jake Westbrook, who has retired the first 6 in order here tonight. And a strike called just above the belt. He misses wide, full count. Of course, Jake Westbrook came to the Indians right before the trading deadline back in 2000 in the David Justice trade. The 3-2. Foul tipped it into the glove of Santana, and Westbrook has his second strikeout, 1 down here in the third. Time now to look at our AT&T trivia question. AT&T, rethink possible. Before Alex Rodriguez, who was the youngest player to reach 500 home runs. I'm going to say Ken Griffey Jr. Francisco Cervelli. Little chopper to third. Johnny Peralta takes care of that, 2 down.
Well, we want you to fill the house for Special Olympics. That'll be Wednesday when the Indians take on the Yankees. 7:05 start, and for every ticket sold, $1 will be donated to that charity. Once again, it's a Special Olympics. You can call 216-420-HITS or visit Indians.com for your tickets.
And Brett Gardner looks at a first pitch strike. Might have to go back in the record books a little bit farther back for that youngest player to reach 500.
Probably right. Probably right. There's not many of them.
Down and in. The 1-1. Just off that outside corner, and Mark Wegner appears to be pretty consistent. He's not giving either pitcher that location, even though it looks pretty good. Going out there again. Big chopper hit to second. Donald on the room service hop takes care of him. 9 up, 9 down through the first 3 innings tonight. Tribe on top 1-0. Now Ronald McDonald and the 2010 Fry Girls are here to introduce McDonald's McCafe Real Fruit Smoothies tonight. He's been all over the place.
Yes, he has.
I saw him down in the STO suite earlier. And
have you ever had one of those smoothies?
I have not yet.
Well, I've got some connections here.
Is that right?
Ballpark, yes.
You know, normally if you're going to have a smoothie, you don't want just a little taste. You want a big drink.
The real deal.
Yeah, you want a big an extra large serving. You've got your 16-ounce, your 32-ounce, you've got your 64-ounce, and then you've got your 5-gallon bucket. Mark Teixeira retires Trevor Crow. Well, McDonald's is going to be hosting a search for smoothies. And this is
a big one sent up to us. And can we finish it before the game? We may get that head rush.
You get a brain freeze.
Yeah, the brain freeze.
On July 29th, be on the lookout in the streets of northeastern Ohio. If you find one of these and you take it to your nearest McDonald's, you'll win a free smoothie for a year.
Is that every day? That's you bring this and have it filled up, it'll last a year.
You need a lot of ice cubes to keep it cold, though.
Yes, indeedy. Well, we could have used this a couple of days ago.
Well, in fact, tonight, fans are going to win free smoothies for a year. 5 fans will win free smoothies for a year in the smoothie search that's happening here at Progressive Field. So I don't know if this means we're a winner or not.
Well, we are, because no one else is getting it.
It's ours.
We're going to give it to Bo and let him run it in.
Finders keepers.
Bo, you can run this in, and you will have it. You and the lobster will be able to drink this for the rest of the summer.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Jason Donald. You got your wild berry, your strawberry banana.
That sounds good. Strawberry banana.
Donald goes down swinging, 2 down. And Javier Vasquez is now retired 4 straight Indians hitters after the Travis Hafner home run that put the Tribe on top 1-0. So head into your nearest McDonald's and check out their McCafe Real Fruit Smoothies. Michael Brantley looks at a ball up high. He grounded out to first his first time up. That ball's hit pretty well to center. Granderson racing back, runs it down. And the Indians go 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. 3 innings in the books. Cleveland 1, New York 0. By a score of 1-0 on the Travis Hafner second inning home run. Top of the order for New York here. Derek Jeter, Nick Swisher, and Mark Teixeira. Jeter a ground out to second base his first time up. Jake Westbrook has been about as efficient as you could ever hope to see a pitcher.
Well, 36 pitches, 9 up, 9 down.
First inning, he was on the mound for 4 minutes. He was on the mound for 4 minutes in the second inning and 3 minutes in the third.
Well, this is normally a very patient team.
And another routine ground ball, this one to Jason Donald, who throws out Jeter for the second time tonight.
Well, Thursday wraps up this series, and it's also going to be Dollar Dog Night. The game will start at 7:05. Gate C will open at 4:30. We had a lot of people up watching batting practice today in here at about 4:30, so come on down, watch batting practice, and enjoy a Dollar Dog. That'll be all night long.
Already 4 assists for Indians second baseman Jason Donald tonight. Now Nick Swisher takes a strike. Jake Westbrook, 39 pitches, 26 strikes.
Well, any ball that's been hit in the air off the left-handed bats have gone to left field, and Trevor Crow. You had Swisher, Teixeira, and Posada. And it seems like the ground balls are all going to second base. The only 2 strikeouts, the only other guy was Peralta over at third.
The 1-1. Foul tipped it into the mitt of Santana.
You can see that ball moving away and going down. Late movement on that pitch where he did just foul it off into the glove.
Well, you hitters always say it's the late movement that kills you.
Yeah, it is.
Up high, 2-2.
You know, you see a ball, you've already committed. You know, and now if you have late movement on it, you can't adjust that swing once you've committed to it. That's why the hitter lets you know when you make a mistake, or if you expect a pitch to do something and it doesn't, it stays right there on that same plane. The hitter usually hits it hard and lets you know.
Now the 2-2. Swisher crushes this ball, and it's long gone. Just like that, we're tied at 1. The Yankees' first hit of the ball game after Jake Westbrook had retired the first 10 in a row to start the night. Swisher's 18th home run on the year, his 59th run batted in.
Now, you're going to watch this replay of this pitch, and I guarantee it did not have the movement that foul tip had. That ball stayed up in the zone, and I'll bet it stayed middle of the plate. It was a flat sinker. Take a look at it. Sitting away, look at that. Right there. Middle of the plate, it was up in the zone, and it was just flat. That didn't have movement, and the hitter lets you know it.
Nick Swisher had been 2 for 24 against Westbrook going into that at bat. Teixeira tried to check his swing. He did not go around, says Jerry Meals. Now the 2-1, and it's outside. 3 balls and a strike. You know, Manny Acta was also asked before the game about approaching Alex Rodriguez tonight, knowing that he's sitting on 599 home runs. And Manny said, you've got to attack him. You can't just pitch around him because Robinson Cano batting behind him is hitting .330 with 18 homers and 68 runs batted in. Mark Teixeira works the walk. Let's have a look now at our PNC Achievement of the Game, brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in us all. Alex Rodriguez was the youngest to reach 300, 400, and 500 career home runs.
Well, he certainly, I remember when he came up with Seattle as a shortstop. Boy, he probably in 1996 should have won the MVP award with the year that he put together as a shortstop. I think Gonzalez won it that year.
Foul
this
back.
Guy deserved it.
Rodriguez went down swinging his first time up. Westbrook's 0-1 pitch. Line toward left field. Crow coming hard. Reaches down. Makes the basket catch.
No.
Teixeira thought he short hopped it. He's tagged out for a double play. Jerry Meals, third base umpire, said he caught it, and that's going to end the inning. Joe Girardi is going to come out and argue, but there's no replay review allowed for this one. So unless another umpire saw something differently, that's the end of the inning. Here's another look.
That was a short hop, wasn't it? I think he was right.
Well, I don't know. Did it bounce in his glove or did it bounce on the grass first?
I thought it was in the grass first. That's going to be something to look at.
Well, again, there's no review allowed for this unless another umpire saw it differently. But I don't think you're going to get the umpires to convene here. Oh, yes, you are. Jerry Meals is going to call them all in. So if Dale Scott, the second base umpire, maybe had a different view, this could be overturned in that instance. But there is no instant replay review allowed here.
You know what? I thought it might have hit that first time I saw the replay, and he didn't get his glove underneath.
I think it's in his glove.
That may
it
be
looked
the
like
fingers.
It's in his glove.
Well, I don't know. The dark glove and the grass go down.
Well, that's tough.
It's an awfully close call. You know, he says he caught it.
And the call stands.
Yeah, it's going to stand because you're not going to be able to overturn it. Nobody saw it.
So the inning is over, but Nick Swisher's homer has tied the game at 1, middle of the fourth. As Dribble Cabrera leads off the home half of the fourth here for the Indians, we're tied at 1. A couple of solo homers, one by Travis Hafner and one by Nick Swisher from the Yanks. And an unusual double play to end the top half of this fourth inning.
Well, you know what? It's so close, Matt. That replay, we showed you every one we had. And it was so close that you couldn't tell.
Matt Davis checking in with us tonight on Facebook says he's got a 70-inch HD TV, and he said it looked like it hit on the lip of his glove. It's good enough for
70
me.
70-inch? Well, if I had an HD here, I'd agree with you, but I don't.
We're still waiting. They're in the mail, apparently.
Well, Pat said he'd deliver them. With the golf bag.
It was very close. And the Indians do get the benefit of the call. 1-2 pitch to Cabrera.
Yeah, well, then he had a good look at it, and it's hard to tell. Even if that was a reviewable play, that would be a tough call.
I was thinking the same thing. Even if we had instant replay for that type of play, I'm not so sure.
You know, and as a base runner, it's early in the game. You're going to figure, hey, I saw it hit, but that might have been the fingers of his glove it hit and went right back in. And Trevor Crow did the right thing. Come up like you catch it.
as Drupal Cabrera goes down swinging. Third strikeout for Vasquez.
I mean, we can
here in the fourth.
Look at it all night long and take another look. There, he waited back on that ball for some strange reason. I don't know why. And you see it does hit. Now, if it hits the finger of his glove, which it could have, it's a catch because his glove would be underneath it. Awfully close.
Yeah.
Hey, you're an Indians fan. He caught it. If you're a Yankees fan, it bounced. So take that.
It's rare that you seem to get the benefit of the call when you're playing against the Bronx Bombers.
Still early. Wait till after the fifth, you won't. That call will go the other way.
Shin-Soo Choo, a mighty swing, came up empty.
But, you have to go out and argue it because your base runner went to second, the sole purpose, thinking that he said he didn't catch it. So, close play. I remember in our series back in May, Memorial Day, the very first day we were there, 4 bang-bang plays at first base, and the Indians didn't get a call.
Yeah.
There were so many close plays at first base in that series. And it seemed like every single one of them went the Yankees' way. Well, the Indians get one in their home park.
The 1-2 to Choo. In the air, left field. Routine here for Gardner. 2 away. Well, that home run by Travis Hafner helped us raise a little more money for the Gathering Place. $4,920 raised on the year. Great Clips donates $50 for every Indians homer. Rick and I are each chipping in $5 per dinger. You can make a donation by logging on to touchedbycancer.org, or simply if you want to learn more about the Gathering Place, which does sensational work helping individuals and family members who've been touched by cancer, with programs offered free of charge from 2 locations, one on the east side of town in Beechwood, one on the west side of town in Westlake. Carlos Santana sends a lazy fly to center field, and here is Curtis Granderson giving way to Gardner at the last moment. 4 innings in the books now. It's tied at 1. .com. All right, we're tied at 1, 5th inning. Here at Progressive Field, Robinson Cano, Jorge Posada, and Curtis Granderson for the Yankees. Ball 1 outside to Cano, who grounded out to second his first time up. Now the 1-1. In the air, left center. Cruising over is Brentley. He gives way to Trevor Crow. One away. This scoreboard update is brought to you by Wendy's. You know when it's real. Wendy's. That's the fourth putout now tonight for Trevor Crow. So we talked about Jason Donald. Is that 5 now?
Yeah, he had the double play to end the inning.
5, you're right.
Yeah, Bo's sleeping. He's been looking at our guests coming in the booth. He lost track of the scorecard.
Yeah, so he's got 5 putouts and an assist.
Thank you very much. And then you look at...
Donald's got 4.
Exactly.
1-1 our score here in the 5th inning. The only hit for the Yankees, the solo homer by Swisher. The only hit for the Indians, a solo homer by Hafner. Good looking pitch. A called strike had Posada backing away. Down low to even the count. Special birthday wish going out tonight to Kevin Pinsura.
Oh, yeah, little Kev?
Yeah, he's...
Happy birthday, Kevin.
He's scuffling, though. He's down on the couch with strep throat at home.
Oh, well, still a happy birthday.
All he wants for his birthday is an Indians win tonight.
Okay, we hope you get better soon, but happy birthday, pal.
Number 8.
Getting up there.
He's getting up there, all right.
Tell Dad to buy you a car.
When he starts driving, I'm moving out. Moving out of the neighborhood. 2-2 the count, and that misses. So he's gone 3-2 to Posada here with 1 out in the 5th. And his next pitch will be number 60 with Granderson on deck. Second walk issued by Jake. Curtis Granderson, an interesting first year in New York for Granderson. You look at his numbers, 9 homers, 26 runs batted in. He does have 10 doubles. But his batting average just .244. And, of course, he had the injury earlier in the season. Missed 24 games with a strained left groin. And he misses for ball 1 down low. Westbrook with the 1-0. And he misfires yet again. So falling behind here with a man on base and 1 out in the 5th. Jorge Posada held on at first by Laporta. Tap foul, 2-1.
We got to see Granderson play a lot when he was in the Central with Detroit. And just from watching him now, he was just coming off injury when we played him back at the end of May. At front foot, he used to hit more wide open.
Yeah.
For what I can remember, was a little more like Carl Crawford, who just left town. You know, when he closed everything up, and he just looks like a different hitter to me right now. And he's been playing catch up, is what he's been playing all year long. You know, and they traded away. It was Austin Jackson that went from the Yankees to the Tigers. And I'll tell you what, looking at hindsight, I'll tell you that kid is pretty good.
That's blasted deep right field and off the top of the fence. Chu plays it perfectly. Here's the throw to second, and they got him! Oh, baby! A great throw by Chu. Nails Granderson at second, and now Asdrubal Cabrera's got to shake it off because he got spiked.
Yes, he did.
When he slapped the tag down.
I mean, well, he had nowhere to go. That's how close a bang-bang play was. He put his glove down, and the spike went right into his wrist. What a throw by Chu. One of the best throwing outfielders in the league, bar none. And I mean to tell you, the shoe got his foot. He blocked the base. Let's see.
I think he might have beat it. Might have caught a break there. But, boy, that was such a sensational throw.
He did catch a break, but it was bang, bang. And look where the umpire is behind him. And you didn't get anything from Granderson. He came up and said, I was out. But Shin-Soo Choo now with 7 assists. What a great, accurate throw for a ball off the top of the wall.
That was tremendous. Now Francisco Cervelli looks at a strike.
That is not easy to do because he barehanded that ball and in one motion put it right on the money. Let's look at it just a little bit tighter. Here we go. Here comes the foot. Looks like he just does. It looks like he got the foot in there with that momentum. He was going pretty hard. But the call went the Indians' way.
The 1-1 pitch. I'll call it strike. Don't you feel, though, maybe not every time, but in a lot of instances, if it's a great play, you better beat it cleanly or you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Even though the umpire was in the right position, I don't mean to say he was behind the play. That's where they were at to call it. He sees that throw right there and the glove go down. He doesn't see the foot hit that bag because it is. I mean, we slowed it down super slow, and you couldn't tell.
Well, even Granderson didn't offer any beef whatsoever.
Exactly. When the runner or the player gets up and leaves without saying a word, then you know.
He might have been impressed with the throw, too.
You had to be.
Now the 2-2 with a runner at third. Cervelli chases after it. Santana will have to throw to first, and that will end the inning. Westbrook's third strikeout, backed up by some tremendous defense by Chu. And we'll go to the bottom of the fifth, still tied at 1. Foot of Granderson went in there. He might have grazed him with a spike.
Could have, yes.
That happened to Austin Kearns. He was telling me the other day in the Tampa series, he went into second base to try and break up a double play, and he got spiked, needed stitches in his knee. Travis Hafner, who homered to put the Indians on the board first tonight, lifts a fly ball to left, and that's out number 1. Speaking of that, this is our game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Hafner's 9th home run of the year. To the lower deck in right field, made it 1-zip Cleveland. Then in the 4th inning, Nick Swisher with a laser beam to right to tie the game at 1. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. Swisher with that home run Gives him 18 now on the season. Johnny Peralta flied to center his first time up. Now he shoots one down the right field line. Swisher trying to cut it off, goes to a slide, kicks it into the corner. Peralta on his way to second. He'll turn and he'll hold right there. Swisher quickly got up and tracked that ball down in the corner. And that forced Peralta to put on the brakes at second.
Well, even when you're coming out of the box with one out, you got to try and get in the scoring position anyway. Swisher sliding to make that play, even if he fields it cleanly. He's got to get up and throw the ball, and his momentum's carrying him away. So as a base runner, you've got to go to second base on that ball to begin with. And we did see this guy get an inside the Parker here last homestand. So he's on second base. He's in scoring position. For Johnny, it's double number 23.
And Matt Laporta with a chance to drive in the go-ahead run now with one out. Struck out his first time up. And it's low and away for ball one. Javier Vasquez, that's just the second hit of the night for the Tribe.
No, this is what the Indians have to start doing in this series if they want to win a couple of games, and that's hit with runners in scoring position. We told you 1 for 27 in their last 4 games. Look at that. Another. He's not going to see a fastball because he continues to swing at that slider. And, I mean, it's not even a good swing going after that pitch. He's got to be disciplined enough to lay off of that slider, or Vasquez will. The only thing that was, just a brutal swing, and he's looking dead red for the fastball. And there's no reason, to throw a fastball for a strike. If he wants to continue to swing at the slider, that's what they will continue to throw him.
Peralta the go-ahead run at second base. Low and away, 2 balls and a strike. Vasquez delivers, and Laporta comes up empty again, 2-2.
Another slider. He will see a steady diet of those. And it won't just start tonight. Other pitchers that are in that dugout, the starters that are watching this lineup hit, they'll do the same thing to him.
You may notice the patch the Yankees are wearing on the front of their jersey in remembrance of their late owner, George Steinbrenner. Usually you see the patches on the sleeves sometimes, but the Yankees are wearing that patch on the front of their jersey. The boss, George Steinbrenner. Now the set by Vasquez and the 2-2. And Laporta goes the other way, this time on a liner to right. Swisher makes a running catch, and that's out number 2.
Now, let's go. Let me show you. That's the only fastball he saw in at bat, and he put it in play. So he thought maybe he'd be looking for that breaking ball, try and sneak a fastball by him, but Laporta hit the fastball.
Well, time now for our Subway Fresh Face of the game. Jason Kipnis at Akron yesterday against Reading went 2 for 2 with a double. Batting .500 over his last 10 games with a half dozen driven in and a dozen scored. That's our Subway Fresh Face of the game. Subway, play hard, eat fresh. So now let's see if the Indians can find that 2-out RBI magic. Trevor Crowe grounded to first his first time up.
Well, I will say this. They have been aggressive off Javier Vasquez. Out of the 16 batters faced, 9 have seen 3 pitches or less. And 4 have been on the first pitch. So they're trying to get after him early if that's their
Well,
their game plan and what they're trying to do.
Crow is batting .350 on the year with a runner in scoring position. And there again, that's that same pitch all night long. The pitch that's just a little bit off the outside part of the plate is consistently being called a ball by Mark Wegner.
Crow has had success in this department. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. He's hit with runners in scoring position all year, one of the better ones.
Weak bouncer to second. Cano flips it over, and the inning is over. No runs a hit, 1 man left to board through 5. We are tied at 1.
Every day.
Well, we go to the 6th inning, all tied at 1 apiece.
Did you say 6th inning?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you talk about 2 pitchers throwing strikes, 2 offenses getting after it early.
5 innings in an hour and 10 minutes. Brett Gardner, Derek Jeter, Nick Swisher due up for the Yankees. Gardner trying to bunt his way aboard, but he shoots it back foul. Well, you know what else, too? I was thinking to myself as you said that, when you get a well-pitched game, guys throwing strikes, being aggressive, you get great defense. And we've had some tremendous defensive plays here already tonight.
Yes, we have. We certainly have.
Little liner to short, caught by Asdrubal Cabrera, moving over toward the hole. And that is out number 1. Already time to answer our AT&T trivia question before A-Rod. Who was the youngest to reach 500 home runs? I don't think it was Ken Griffey Jr.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people guessed it.
Double X. Jimmy Fox was
32.
only 32. Wow. Derek Jeter 0 for 2. Twice he has grounded out to second base. And a strike to the outside corner from Jake Westbrook.
You know, you talked about the armbands on the Yankees uniforms. That's for former manager Ralph Houk, who passed away this year.
Jeter taps it foul. Well, the patch on the front is for Steinbrenner.
Right.
The black armband is for Houk, and then they also have a patch on the sleeve for Bob Shepard, the late great voice of Yankee Stadium.
Who still announces this guy's name every time. He had it taped.
Derek Jeter, that's the way he wanted it. So even when he comes to the plate now at Yankee Stadium, you'll hear Bob Shepard. Derek Jeter.
Number 2.
Wow. Here's the 0-2. Lays off. The Yankees captain, all-time hit leader. He's a guy who cares about only one thing.
Winning.
You could go up to him and talk to him about his stats and his accomplishments, and he'd look at you like you had two heads.
Well,
He's not interested.
No,
not interested in talking about it.
No, because you're into winning. And he's the guy that, believe me, sets the tempo and the atmosphere and the attitude in that clubhouse for every Yankee that joins him, and all those guys that join him from around the league that played with other teams. He's an original. And he's had help there, of course, when you look at guys like Pizzata, Rivera, and guys like that. But, this is something that rarely happens anymore when you get the veterans that stay in that clubhouse. And they're, it doesn't matter who manages that team. That guy, it's his team.
Mm-hmm. The 3-2.
And you do it the Yankee way. And he knows the way it is. Joe Girardi was fortunate enough to play with the Yankees. And back over managing with them again, and, they know how it's done.
Again, the 3-2. Swung out and missed. He struck him out. That's 4 for Westbrook. 2 down here in the 6th. Let's go back to the studios right now for an in-game update. Here's Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt, Rick. Well, Minnesota without Denard Span. Hudson's on the DL. Doesn't matter. Top 2 players in the batting order get the Twins on the board first. Repko a double. Casilla brings them in. 2-0 Twins now. First inning in KC. Back to you.
First pitch to Nick Swisher just missed outside. Swisher's solo homer in the 4th tied this game at 1.
This is about as sharp as we have ever seen Jake this year. Crisp, sharp, working quickly. He's had a few full counts.
The 2-0. And that's ball 3. He has walked a pair, but he has struck out 4 and given up just 2 hits. The homer to Swisher in the 4th and a single to Curtis Granderson that probably was maybe less than a foot away from being a home run itself. That ball hit the top of the wall in right field, and then Granderson was thrown out on a tremendous play by Chu at second base. Comes back with a strike to make the count 3-1. Right back over the screen, full count. And as you saw there on the pitch count from Westbrook, he's just been very efficient. Hasn't had an inning where he's had to go out there and labor through it. This crowd enjoying a very entertaining game so far. The payoff pitch. Swung out and missed. He got him. Santana takes his time, throws to first, and the Yankees go 1-2-3 yet again. 5 punch-outs for Jake Westbrook. gorgeous night in downtown Cleveland. Nice crowd on hand here. Bleachers are packed. Chuck Coletti's been entertaining the crew out there. $10 bleacher seats. Yeah, folks really took advantage of that. It's great to see when the bleachers are packed. This ballpark just has a whole different look, a different vibe.
You know what? Think about it. It's a great seat, man.
Jason Donald ropes it past Gardner in left field. He's on his way to second. And he'll go in standing with a leadoff double. Just the third hit of the night for the Indians.
All extra base hits. 2 doubles and the home run. So the leadoff double, and again, another Indians batter hits that first pitch. There's a mistake. He made it up and in, and Jason Donald turns on it.
The Yankees will be looking for the bunt now. Alex Rodriguez already in on the grass at third. Teixeira's even with the bag at first, but he'll be charging.
Well, if he charges, then you be careful at second base. You can definitely take off if Jeter wants to try and beat you to the bag. You know, normally if you're going to bunt in this situation, make A-Rod field it. Force him to throw it to first base. And you sort of keep an eye on, because Jeter's going to be in your back pocket when you're out there at second base. And if you see him start to run, because Cano's so far over at second base, he can't go over there and cover. He's got to go to first base if they choose to try and go that way. But Donald runs pretty well.
1-0 pitch. Brantley not showing bunt, takes a strike.
Well, the only reason why I'm thinking, you know, I don't know if Manny's going to put this on or not. Brantley, to me, is not a pull hitter. You know, he goes the other way with the baseball. Not to say he can't pull a ball, but he knows his job is to get him over any way he can if the bunt is not on.
Still doesn't square, swings and misses.
See, that's the pitch that the veteran is going to show the rook. I'm going to show you something inside. It's going to be cutting. It won't be for a strike, and he tried to pull that ball, and he swung and missed. And now that takes the bunt away.
So now the infielder's back up, normal position. And Brantley down on the count 1-2. Back to the mound, and Donald got hung up. He's going to try to scamper back, but he'll be tagged out.
Another bad base running play. We saw one yesterday. We see one here today. You're in scoring position. You have to make sure the ball gets by the pitcher. I mean, there's no reason to take a chance. It was, Brantley didn't do his job. He hit the ball back, but there was no reason for Jason Donald to take off. He's just a dead duck. So now you go back to 1 out and take yourself out of scoring position. And, of course, you're going to sit and talk to him about it.
All right, so now runner at first with 1 out, and Asdrubal Cabrera is the batter.
You know, it's the little things when you get in against a team like Tampa over the weekend when you weren't scoring. And it's a team like the Yankees, the world champs. You can't make mistakes in low-scoring ball games. It doesn't. You just can't afford to do it when you're a young ball club. And it's a young team. They're going to make mistakes. Here comes Manny to talk to them. That's coaching on the job, man. That's what he has to do.
Almost looked, Rick, like Donald made up his mind as soon as the ball was put in play.
He does.
He
you want to make a great play. Just make sure the ball gets past the pitcher is what you have to do. I mean, it's all part of learning. Now he's got to learn from that mistake and don't do it again when it happens. And hopefully he's got an opportunity where he'll lead off with a double and it'll come again in this series. It's all part of the learning process. But when you're playing good teams, you can't afford to give up outs or make errors and give them extra outs. I mean, it's going to be a tough enough battle, an uphill battle to win every day as it is because you're outmanned.
Well, the payroll disparity between these two clubs is laughable.
Well, I know. I mean, it's not even about payroll. It's veterans, too, guys that have been through the wars in the trenches. And you got kids that are just fighting for their jobs for their very first year. You know, you take money right out of it.
The set on the 1-1 pitch. Well, with regards to the payroll situation, Manny actually said before the game, that's always going to be there. When you play the Yankees, you're always going to be outperformed in terms of payroll. They're always going to have the big numbers.
Play against the Mets, you play against the Red Sox, you play against your big market teams. It's always going to be that way. That will never change.
But you can't be thinking about that or worrying about that as a player, as a manager.
No, you think about the game and fundamentally doing the right things is what you do when you're getting up there against these guys. And these kids are probably fired up to play the Yankees. I'm sure they are.
Well, it's been a well-played game to this point, save the one base-running mistake. As Dribble Cabrera walked his first time up, struck out back in the fourth. Down on the count here, 1-2. Blooped in the air to left. Gardner barely had to move. 2 down. Our Miller Taste Greatness moment. Take you back to July 4th, 2006. Here at Progressive Field. This was a Jake Westbrook game that he pitched against the Yankees. And the Indians simply tattooed him. 19-1 was the final score in this one.
Every time Jake was on the mound, they seemed to score. You talk about the 1-0-4, there's 06.
What's going on tonight?
Well, it's 1-1. Still a long way to go. Maybe not, the way these guys are pitching.
Chew with a ground ball. Foul. Not by much. Oh, that was hugging the line. And it was trying to hop over the bag and stay fair. But first base umpire Dan Isanya right on top of it.
Well, there's a good look at it, and it was foul. Because if it was fair, that guy would have caught it. Really, his glove was over the bag. He would have caught the ball.
Quick throw back, but Brantley in with a dive. Tied at 1 here in the 6th. Couple of solo homers in the game. One by Travis Hafner, one by Nick Swisher. Javier Vasquez delivers, and Chu shoots it back to the screen.
That's one he'd like back. This guy came back from the disabled list in that Tampa series and has not missed a beat. Both offensively and defensively has just bounced right back into that lineup, into the number 3 hole, and hasn't missed a beat.
The 1-2, low and away.
And Vasquez is a different style pitcher this time around, Matt. He was down in Atlanta. We didn't see him for a year or so after he left the White Sox, but, you know, doesn't throw that power four-seamer anymore up in the zone. He'll change speeds, hit cut it. You know, he's doing things differently, but he's a veteran. He knows what he's doing out there. But he doesn't have the stuff he once did.
Low, full count. Well, they say sometimes nothing beats experience. And when you've been around as long as he has, he's got that to go.
Yes, he does.
With his pitching acumen.
He sure does. I mean, they average him 4 runs a ball game, about 4.3 when he is on the mound as far as run support goes.
Brantley takes off. Chu, line drive, base hit in the gap. Brantley around second. On his way to third. He's going to be waved home. Brantley will score, and the Indians take a 2-1 lead on Shin-Soo Chu's 2-out RBI double. His 17th two-bagger of the year, his 46th run batted in. 2-1 Tribe here in the 6th.
There's that guy again. A beautiful job. He had a head start. Watch him. The off is Brantley on the 3-2 pitch, and he finds the gap. You know you're not going to stop him here. You're going to keep right on rolling. So Chu gets into second base, and all 4 hits for the Indians tonight. Extra bases. Indians take a 2-1 lead. Number 46 as far as the ribeyes go for Chu.
And Carlos Santana 0 for 2 will be the batter, with Chu in scoring position and 2 down.
Back to the old reliable 2-out base hit. But he had to score him from first.
Now, I don't know if it was simply a case where Vasquez missed his location badly, but he slammed his glove when he was backing up the play at home plate. The 0-1 is up high to even the count. Take another look, Rick.
Change up. He got it up a little bit, and he's saying, oh, man, he realized that was going to be in the gap. The runner was off and running. He picked up Brantley as well. "178th run scored by the Indians now with 2 outs this year."
Carlos Santana flied to center his first time up, flied to left in his last at bat. Now a little meeting at the mound draws some boos. Well, tonight after the ball game, join Chuck Galletti for Chuck's Last Call, presented by PNC Bank. He'll take calls and emails right after the post-game show. Chuck's Last Call, presented by PNC Bank. Tonight after the game right here on STO. 1-1 to Santana in off the dish, pushing him back. Vasquez laboring a bit here in the 6th. He's given up 2 doubles in the inning. And he took a mighty cut but came up empty, and the count evens.
And he set that pitch up by pushing back Santana on the pitch before on the only fastball he was going to see there. Knocked him back off the plate, got him out of his toe hold. Santana looking back, wanted to know if that was a strike, but really pulled the string at 73 miles per hour.
Vasquez and Cervelli trying to get on the same page with Chu, the runner at second base, and 2 down. Tried back on top 2-1 here in the 6th. And now Santana steps away.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, the veteran's going to make him wait. He knows he's a young hitter, so you know what? Step out and take your time. Atta boy.
This next pitch will be number 75 on the night for Vasquez. Got him. Pulled the string on him one more time. 4 strikeouts for Javier Vasquez, but it's Chu's 2-out RBI double that has the Tribe in front, 2-1. Lead it. Top of the 7th inning. Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez, and Robinson Cano due up for the Bronx Bombers. Jake Westbrook, what a night. 13 out of 20 first pitch strikes for Jake tonight.
Well, it'll be the 3rd time going through now, so this is a big inning after they just got him the lead. You're going through the heart of the lineup now. Teixeira, Rodriguez, and Cano.
Westbrook with a 1-0 pitch. Missed outside. No activity in that Indians bullpen, but a couple of guys are up stirring around, getting loose.
Well, that's just the body clock telling you it's late in the
that
ball
time.
game. I better get up because, now in a game like this, anything can take place in such a hurry. So yeah, you're going to get up and just start moving around. It's like a 1-run game, so you can get your Sips or Perez's up and start getting loose.
Ground ball to first, Laporta. They'll flip it to Jake, 1 away. Now to bring up Alex Rodriguez, who is 0 for 2 tonight. But as he comes to the plate, let's look at our GMC 5-star league leaders, brought to you by the GMC Sierra. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. A-Rod trailing only Miguel Cabrera.
Well, that Cabrera's having a nice year. I'd be surprised to see him keep going at his pace with the guys out of that lineup over there.
That point. You can't imagine teams are going to pitch much to him anymore.
I wouldn't think so. I got a question for you. I'm going to have to ask this after the game because we can't find out now. What would happen, like with Westbrook, they throw him that ball out and he doesn't like it because of seams or something like that. Hey, throw it back in and they take it out of play, I would imagine, huh? Just like they did with a scuffer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why they have, what did you say, a couple of dozen?
They have 3 dozen with them that they traveled with them coming into this series. If need be, they will have more.
Look at all those people. They're 25 deep there hoping for a shot at history.
That's the old days there.
Flashballs popping all around the park. I don't know if I just didn't notice them before.
No, that's for 600. You're right. Maybe because it was too light.
Yeah, I mean, they're really popping just as Westbrook delivers the pitch.
I saw this the other night in Yankee Stadium. They were doing that too. Boy, all of a sudden, everybody wants that swing for 600.
2-1 ground ball to short. Cabrera sets, throws, got him. Rodriguez 0 for 3 tonight. 2 down here in the 7th. And those beat the Yankee Hankies flying out in the bleachers.
Well, Jake Westbrook's been as good as you can be. Really, I mean, he's had his good slider. He hung one little sinker. Other than that, he's kept Donald busy at second base. He's kept Crow busy in left field. Chu with an outstanding throw here to nail Granderson. And he has just been on target all night long. It has been a dandy for Jake to this point.
Robinson Cano steps up 0 for 2 now on the night for Cano. You think of Jake as being that ground ball machine. That was interesting. 7 in the air, 7 on the ground, 5 strikeouts.
Well, a lot of times, now that he's throwing that changeup, you'll get guys out in front that may pop it up, not hit it on the nose. They hit a couple on the nose.
1-1 the count as Westbrook closes in on 100 pitches for the night. This will be number 97. A little bit low. Happy anniversary wishes go out tonight to Dave and Nancy Andexler of North Royalton, Ohio.
This game has been so good, I forgot the birthdays tonight. Let me send them out. Babe Frashenko of Youngstown turning 80. Happy birthday. And Ann Moltonic of Youngstown, also 79. Happy birthday. This game's moved so quickly, we haven't had a chance to do anything but just look at this ball game.
You don't think of a baseball game as having a rapid pace, but this has been one of those games where you feel like you haven't even had a chance to catch your breath. I mean, it's really
I would like to be like, I would like not to breathe then for the next 90 games.
2-2. Big bouncer to first. Laporta will go himself. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. Jake Westbrook has retired the last 7 in a row, and the Tribe leads it 2-1. Twinsburg. Log on to Panini'sGrill.com for a list of all their locations. Bottom of the 7th here at Progressive Field will send Travis Hafner to the plate, followed by Johnny Peralta and Matt Laporta. Javier Vasquez starts the bottom of the 7th at 75 pitches. He gave up a solo homer to Hafner in the 2nd inning that gave the Indians a 1-0 lead. Nick Swisher tied it in the 4th with a solo homer for New York. And then the 2-out RBI double by Shin-Soo Choo in the 6th put the Indians back on top.
You know, Vasquez has been on the mound 3 times out of the 5 that they've been shut out this year. They have one for him today. It was a solo home run, but he's also at times been a hard luck guy.
Two balls, no strikes. Hafner flied to left his last time up. Now, that's the one thing, too, about being the defending world champs. Whether you're the Yankees or anybody else, you roll into town, doesn't matter who you're playing, what their record is, you're going to get their best shot.
Target's on your back, man, and rightfully so. You're the defending champs until you lose it. But, you know, it's always been that way. When the Yankees come to town, they always draw on the road. They draw at home. It doesn't matter. The evil dynasty over there. You know, people, I mean, they love to shoot for it, and that's what makes it great.
What's happened tonight, though, is Jake Westbrook. He's been special. A 2-hitter. He's allowed just 1 run, the solo homer by Swisher. 2-1 pitch. After it took a big rip, came up empty.
Yeah, it's funny because the time we played him in New York for the 4 games, we won the game we should have lost. We were losing 9-3 in that the one ball game we won. We ended up winning 13-11. Had a 7-run 7th inning, and it was the Yankees that really did the damage in those first 3 games or the other 3 games in the 7th.
80th pitch of the night, fouled out of play. Well, as Manny Acta said before the game, this Yankee lineup doesn't give you a lot of room to take a breath and relax.
That's true. That's right.
So that really makes what Jake Westbrook has done tonight all the more impressive.
Well, there's not many lineups that you can face and relax in the big leagues.
The 2-2. Low, full count. There's Johnny Peralta on deck. I don't believe there is any activity in the Yankee bullpen.
Well, Vasquez has only had, this will be pitch number 82.
And the payoff pitch. Got him. 5th strikeout for Javier Vasquez. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, stop by the brand new Westgate Team Shop in Fairview Park for all your Indians authentic team merchandise and game tickets.
Johnny Peralta doubled to right field his last time up with 1 out. But he was ultimately stranded there. He fooled him. Out on his front foot, pops it up. Rodriguez, 2 away. Got to bring up Matt Laporta, who is 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out his first time up, and then he lined to right his last time up. Laporta trying to stop an 0 for 12 slump. Laporta yanks it foul down that left side. He's had a couple of pretty good aggressive swings tonight, but both times he's been out in front. Even that last time up when he lined out to right field, that was a pretty good swing, taking that pitch to the opposite field. But as Rick pointed out, Vasquez is not going to give him any fastballs that he can hit. Laporta yanks it down into the left field corner.
Well, he hit that breaking ball. Another double.
He goes into second base with a 2-out, 2-bagger.
That's 4 doubles now for the Indians. And that was a slider. He made an adjustment. Maybe he stayed back. Maybe he was looking for it. But he got the base hit. So now maybe in his next at-bat, I don't know if he'll ever face Vasquez again tonight. But there's the slider. And that one stayed on the plate. Laporta got him. Hit it down into the corner. So another 2-out double. That'll give Trevor Crowe a chance.
Crowe, similar opportunity back in the 5th inning, but could not deliver. Trevor, as we mentioned, has done a very good job with runners in scoring position, a .350 average when a man is in scoring position on the year. He's batting over .400 when there are less than 2 out, and .316 with 2 outs. So he's done a little bit of damage in both scenarios. One ball, one strike.
You know, when you get off to a decent start and you're having success hitting with runners in scoring position, you start believing that, hey, this is what I want. I want to drive that winning run in, or I want to get that run in. And, you start feeding off of that.
And the 1-1 fouled back. I also wonder if being a good bad ball hitter has really played into his success, because we've seen him hit some balls that are almost in the dirt.
Yeah, off the ground. I know he's a great low ball hitter. I mean, he's picked some up off the ground, and it could be.
Because a pitcher might throw a pitch thinking, well, he's not going to swing at this. Yeah.
Get him to chase one in the dirt, and he wraps it for a base hit. That very well could be. He's just got that mentality not to be denied.
Oh, shot for the outside edge. Didn't get the call, but again,
all night long,
Mark Wegner's been very consistent. If it's not on the plate, you're not going to get a little bit off the plate. So with Laporta at second and 2 down, and the Indians leading at 2-1 here in the bottom of the 7th, Javier Vasquez about to make his 90th pitch of the night. And the 2-2. Bounced it in there, gets away from Cervelli. Down to third goes Laporta. So the wild pitch puts a runner 90 feet away. And now a 3-2 count for Trevor Crowe as Cervelli goes out to talk with Vasquez. That one never had a chance.
No, it did not. And Cervelli did everything he could in his power to try and keep it in front of him. But there are 2 outs. So the main concern.
If Crowe gets aboard, Jason Donald is next. Payoff pitch.
Vasquez, this is his 4th full count tonight.
And another quick trip to the mound for Cervelli. Vasquez once again ready with a payoff pitch. And it's ball 4. Let's go back to the studios real quick for an in-game update. Here's Al Pawlowski once again.
Hey, man, check this out. In St. Petersburg, Tampa and Detroit dueling no-hitters. Garza for Tampa. He's got 7 strikeouts. Scherzer for Detroit. They're in the bottom of the 6th. Scoreless in St. Pete's. Not a hit yet. Back to you.
And we're just being told that Tampa has the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th on a catcher's interference call and a couple of walks. It's a strange turn of events. Meanwhile, here at Progressive Field, Indians at the corners with 2 down, and Jason Donald will be the batter as Dave Island heads back to the dugout. Left-hander Boone Logan is now up loosening in the Yankee pen. Here is Jason Donald. He doubled to lead off the 6th inning. A little bit low for ball 1.
I think they decided when Cervelli was going out there talking, let's take our chances here with Donald as opposed, the right-hander, the young right-hander, opposed to Crowe, the left-hander. If you make the perfect pitch, fine. If you walk them, don't worry about it.
In there for a strike, evens the count at 1-1.
It's too bad you didn't have a little more speed at third base. Then you could, if you wanted to, maybe start the runner over there and see if they wanted to throw through. But with Laporte on third, you're certainly not going to try it unless you just feel he can steal it outright.
Little lob toss to first for Vasquez. Crowe does have 10 stolen bases on the year. Donald was thinking about a bunt, but did not put it down, and the count is 2-1. The Indians lead it 2-1. A solo homer by Travis Hafner in the 2nd, a 2-out RBI double by Shin-Soo Choo in the 6th. The only run for the Yankees coming on a solo homer by Nick Swisher in the 4th. The 2-1 to Jason Donald. A throw to first instead. Vasquez had 2 down. Nobody on base here in the inning when Laporta doubled and Crow walked. And the 2-1 is hit weakly to third. Rodriguez goes the short way to end the inning. We'll go to the 8th here in Cleveland. Tribe on top 2-1.
Express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Whale of a ball game tonight here at Progressive Field. Tribe on top 2-1. Jorge Posada to lead off the 8th inning. That's pitch number 100 for Jake Westbrook. 59% of his pitches have been for strikes tonight. He's retired the last 7 Yankee hitters in a row. And what's interesting about that, Rick, the last Yankee hitter to reach was Curtis Granderson, who looked like he had doubled off the top of the wall in right field, except Chu made a great bare hand grab, threw him out at second base. So a potential big inning was short-circuited in a hurry.
Yes, it was. Instead of second and third and 1 out, he had a man on third and 2 outs. So that was a huge play in the game.
And then he struck out Francisco Cervelli to end the inning. So Chu playing a big role tonight, both offensively and defensively. His 2-out RBI double is the difference in the game now. A little bit low. 2-2. Couldn't get Posada to chase after it, and the count goes full. You see right-hander Joe Smith loosening. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball in the hole. And a base hit for Posada. The Yankees get their leadoff man aboard here to start the 8th.
I'll tell you what, you give Posada credit. He was down in the count 0-2. He battles back into the count 3-2. He takes the ball the other way. And he didn't agree with that second strike, but I'll tell you what, he did a nice job battling back into it. He takes a sinker away and hits it that way. So the Yankees get their 3rd hit, their first since the 5th inning. The tying run is aboard.
Quick meeting at the mound is over as Curtis Granderson steps in. Granderson 1 for 2, but again, it was the ball he hit back in the 5th inning that could have been a real momentum changer in this game. And the replay showed that his foot got in there ahead of the tag. But it was such a tremendous play, and it was a bang-bang play. And it was hard to really
it was so
see
close.
fault.
I mean, so close because he got up and just ran as soon as the umpire made the call. He never even said a word. And if you really feel that you're safe, you will say something. But he did not.
Now the 1-0. Oh, boy. Hit a ton. Deep right field and way out of here. Curtis Granderson. That's a game changer. A 2-run homer in the 8th. Puts the Yankees on top 3-2.
Well, he just missed one earlier, Matt, and this time this one was not missed. I mean, it was a bomb. It was deep. It almost made the second deck. It was right into their bullpen. And if they had anybody warming up, it may have hit them because it was a long way. Oh, it did hit into the upper deck, didn't it?
I think it just went into the...
Okay.
Just missed it. So Curtis Granderson's 10th home run of the year puts the Yankees on top.
All the runs on the home run here for the Yanks.
Big chopper to third. Peralta on the run. Makes a nice play to retire Cervelli. 1 down. Let's go back to the studios once again for an in-game update. Al has the latest on that game between the Tigers and the Rays.
Well, Matt, the no-hitter now is down to Tampa's Matt Garza. 4 runs on 1 hit. Here it is, grand slam. Matt Joyce. 4-0 Tampa now. They're still batting in the bottom of the 6th. Rays with 4 runs on 2 hits. Back to you.
Brett Gardner steps in 0 for 2 tonight. Looks at a ball outside. They tell us the home run hit by Granderson was 421 feet. Westbrook at 111 pitches now.
Well, this could possibly be the very last hitter for him right here.
Strike called, 1-2.
You can see he's a little dejected out there right now. I know he got the last guy out, but Granderson, a guy that got him, and he's faced him many times before.
Oh, how did Westbrook knock that down? He throws him out. 2 away. Did he knock that down with his foot?
Yeah, I think it's his foot and his glove.
I thought that was going to be by him, and somehow looked like he kicked it straight up into the air.
Well, let's look at it. He did. It short hopped his foot, and he kicked it and went straight up, and he gloved it.
You know, that was close. That almost went inside of his jersey. Watch this again, how close this is. As the ball rides up his leg into his jersey.
Well, he wasn't letting it get through. He's a good fielding pitcher, and he gets the out. And here comes Jeter. He is going to stay on.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Bouncing ball to short. Cabrera throws. Got him. The inning is over. But Curtis Granderson has put the Yankees on top for the first time tonight with a 2-run homer, 3-2 New York. Asdrubal Cabrera, Shin Soo Choo. Javier Vasquez will start the inning at 96 pitches. And he misses outside for ball one. Jake Westbrook gave it a game effort here tonight, 115 pitches.
Well, the 2 pitches, if he could take back, you certainly cannot. But it's been the long ball. But on this homestand, 2 3-run homers against Tampa. Then the solo, no big deal. You're going to give up solo. The 2-runner with a 2-1 lead, and he is right now trailing. See if the offense has a little something in him.
Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Well, getting the leadoff man aboard would certainly help. Brantley reached on a fielder's choice back in the 6th and came around to score what at that time was the go-ahead run for the Indians. And a strike called borderline. That was very nearly ball 4. But Vasquez now at 100 pitches on the evening. Yankees have activity in their bullpen. And the 3-1 is another borderline strike called, full count. Right at the top of the strike zone, it looked like. And the payoff pitch. That's ball 4, no doubt about it. And the Tribe gets their leadoff man aboard. That's the tying run down to first here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, Progressive Field offers one-of-a-kind venue for your next company picnic. Groups of all sizes can choose from a variety of food and beverage options. Just call 216-420-HITS for all the info.
Asdrubal Cabrera 0 for 2 tonight. He walked way back in the 1st. Rodriguez in on the grass at 3rd. He is looking for the bunt. He is creeping in, still coming in. And a throw over to 1st.
Well, I've seen Cabrera. No,
here comes Joe Girardi.
Yeah, he's going to the bullpen. He's going to stall, throw over to first base.
He's already made the move.
Absolutely. He's not going to let him lose this game after pitching a good one. Not with the bullpen.
Vasquez does not appear to be happy with this decision, but he will leave. The Yankees will go to their bullpen. Tribe trailing it 3-2 when we come back. Is out after 7 innings of work plus 1 batter. He walked the leadoff man, Michael Brantley. He gets the hook. And David Robertson will come on now for New York. He has not allowed a run in his last 7 appearances.
Now, look at that, 39 strikeouts in his 34 innings. So he's definitely got, an arm, that power arm that could strike you out with a good curveball. You got Cabrera on deck. Now, we did see Rodriguez trying to jam him up at third base, but that's when Vasquez was in there. I don't think he'd be that close here, but he's there right now. And I know Cabrera can slap it the other way. If he stays in there, you don't bunt. You go ahead and take your chance of slapping it by him. Either that or you pick a pitch where you want to bunt it to first base, but he's got the bat control where he could slap it by him. I've seen him do it.
Rodriguez motioned to Robertson. If it's a bunt on the first base side, you try to get it. I'll take anything on this side.
That's good. Throw one.
It's outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Slap one, man. Try and hit it off his shin.
Now Rodriguez backing up several steps. Now he comes creeping back in. Almost like a linebacker.
He's playing a game with him there. You don't worry about it.
Runner goes, and a pitch slapped foul.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Manny says, I'm not going to give up an out here. Not with Cabrera. He started the runner, and Cabrera trying to slap it by Rodriguez. That's what you do. Forget the bunt. What he's doing is trying to get into his head. That's all.
Brantley draws a throw once again. And now the 1-1. Another throw over. See if he makes a pitch to the plate. He does. And Cabrera took a strike. So now Rodriguez backs up at third. $27,224 the attendance here tonight for the opener in this 4-game series. Off the plate. And it kicks foul right in front of the bag. Good look at the crowd in attendance here tonight. Lower bowl looks like it's pretty much filled all the way around. And the upper deck is filled pretty much foul pole to foul pole.
No, you know the bleachers are out there with the I hate the. It's not I hate the Yankees. What is it?
Beat the Yankees.
Beat the Yankees. Yeah. Yankees. And Chuck Coletti out there tonight. That looks nice.
The 1-2. Cabrera with a ground ball. Jeter, backhander. Goes to second for one. Cano, what a strong arm. And they turn two. Well, a double play ball short circuits a potential late inning rally here.
Well, and it was nicely turned. Jeter gets on the backhanded side. Look at Cano. How strong of an arm he has. He steps on that bag and just gets on top and fires a seed as he's falling away from the bag and in time to get Cabrera.
Aren't many guys that can turn it like that.
No, sirree. There aren't. You're exactly right. Robertson did his job.
He departs. And we'll have a new pitcher when we come back. who will face Shin-Soo Choo here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Choo's 2-out RBI double in the 6th put the Indians ahead 2-1. It stayed that way until the top of this 8th inning when Curtis Granderson hit a 2-run home run off Jake Westbrook to put the Yankees in front for the first time tonight.
Well, Boone Logan came along with Javier Vasquez to the Yankees in exchange for Milky Cabrera. Going down to Atlanta. That happening back in December of last year.
Misses for ball 1. A called strike evens the count. Tried to hold up, but it's a called strike in the count 1-2 now on Choo. There is Jake Westbrook, who went 8 innings here tonight, but he's on the short end of the 3-2 score. 2-2. Logan wants the off-speed pitch here. And the 2-2 to Choo is smacked foul. Boy, he scorched that down the first base line.
Well, he got a hanging breaking ball, Matt, and Choo was all over it. It was basically fastballs up until there. Whoa, middle of the plate. It was upstairs, belled high. He hit it hard, just got out in front just a hair. Look at Choo. He was a little bit upset. He knew he had a good pitch to hit.
Got him. Well, that'll do it. We go to the 9th. 3-2 New York. Three-two, Yankees on top. As we go to the 9th inning, Indians will need a scoreless inning from Chris Perez and then hope to rally in the bottom of the 9th. Perez on for the 41st time this year. 2.35 ERA. He's struck out 33 and walked only 19 in 38 and a third innings of work. Nick Swisher, Mark Teixeira, and Alex Rodriguez all due up for the Yanks here in the ninth. Nick Swisher's solo homer back in the fourth was the Yankees' first run of the game. It was their first hit. Jake Westbrook came out firing tonight, retiring the first 10 Yankees in a row to start the game before Swisher's homer. Missed up high with the off-speed pitch. Wide with the heat, and it's 3-1. And Perez a little wild here to start the ninth. Walks Nick Swisher.
Well, you certainly don't want to give up any more, because you know who you're going to face in the ninth. It's going to be a tough enough task.
Mariano Rivera looming. Brown single game tickets are on sale now with prices as low as $35. Your chance to secure tickets for any home game this year. For more information, visit clevelandbrowns.com. There he finds the zone with a fastball for a strike. Back out of play. And the count quickly 0-2. Well, Bob Lake is here enjoying the Indians game today with a group of friends, celebrating his retirement after 35 years of service in the Ashland City school system.
Well, congratulations, Bob. Enjoy retirement. Why not take in a ball game?
Beautiful night for it. And it's been a well-played game.
Yeah, it's been an excellent game.
Great pitching matchup. Some tremendous defensive plays. But right now, the Yankees lead it 3-2.
Well, the Indians will have one more crack at it. Like I said, you certainly don't want to give him anything else.
Two-strike pitch struck him out, but the ball gets away from Santana. And the runner will go down to second base. Swisher very alertly moving up.
That'll go as, I think, a wild pitch. I'm not sure if that ball went in the dirt, Matt.
Well, that was so hard to tell initially.
It really was.
I think it handcuffed him.
It does. I think they were crossed up. You see him sitting over there, and there was nobody on second base. That'll go as a wild pitch, and I do think they were crossed up. Now you got to go out and get on the same page because you give different signs. But it looked like he was going fastball and saw that ball biting, and he had to shift his glove down to the other side. And you're only given one sign.
Well, here is Alex Rodriguez, 0 for 3 tonight. Struck out his first time up. And he wound up lining into an unusual double play in the fourth inning. And then he grounded out his last time up. And the flash balls are going off with every pitch that's made to home plate.
Boy, they sure are.
The 1-0. And a breaking ball in for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1.
It's like you're at a concert.
Take a look at this.
Fireflies when you're sitting out in the woods.
Now the 1-1. High pop on the infield. Jason Donald is under it. Laporta's there, and Laporta's taller, so he makes the catch. They were both there. I don't think Laporta ever heard Donald. And he just reached up over the top of the Indian second baseman to grab it. 2 down.
Well, you don't see anybody calling for it, do you? I didn't see anybody's mouth moving.
No.
Well, the bottom line is the ball is caught. That's the second out.
I don't know if I could read Donald's lips, but I thought he mouthed, "I thought you stopped." And that's why he was going over to.
Well, yeah, someone's got to call for it. If you're going to continue to go after it, call him off. Just communicate.
Robinson Cano 0 for 3 tonight. Looks at a ball down low. So a lot of the Yankee fans feel like this one's in hand. They're heading for the exits after Rodriguez's final at bat of the night. Although if the Indians tie this game, we go to extra innings. He could come up again. Robinson Cano grounded to second his first time up, flied to left in the 5th, grounded to first in the 7th. And they're going to put him on here. And with the switch hitting Jorge Posada on deck.
Well, this guy's a tough out.
Yeah.
I mean, and you just the year Cano's having, Manny just feels, look, I don't want him to give him the insurance run. I'll take my chances with Perez against Posada. That's just him saying, hey, look, I'd rather pitch to Posada than Cano.
Posada 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored.
You can't blame him for that, the kind of year that Cano is having. You know, now you got a ground ball, you got to force out at any base. I can't argue with that.
Tommy says that's the 11th time Cano has been intentionally walked on the year. Strike on the outside.
But, you know, this is the guy that started last inning. Westbrook had him down 0-2. He battled back to a full count. He took that sinker down and away for the base hit, and then the home run followed. And that gave the Yankees a lead. So this guy's a tough out as well.
That ball slashed down the left field line and out of play. Well, it looks like Matt Garza's going to take a no-hitter into the 9th inning.
Boy, just another one.
Bottom third of the order will be due up for Detroit, and he's at 107 pitches.
175. He's being very efficient today.
What is he, Sam McDowell?
Yeah, right. That would have been in the 4th inning with Sudden Sam.
2 on, 2 out, 0-2 pitch down and in. The 1-2 pitch. Big bouncer, foul. So with 2 aboard and 2 down and a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Jorge Posada. Chris Perez has made 20 pitches, 10 for balls, 10 for strikes. High drive, deep center. Brantley is back on the track. He will make the catch. And the Yankees strand 2 runners aboard. Bottom of the 9th coming up. 3-2 Yankees. Here at Progressive Field, bottom of the ninth inning, it'll be Carlos Santana, Travis Hafner, and Johnny Peralta. And they'll have to face future Hall of Famer Mariano Rivera on for the 38th time this year. You keep waiting for one of those years where Father Time will catch up to Rivera. But look at that, an 0.98 earned run average.
You know, this guy might be one of the most remarkable stories in the game of baseball. He's been the best closer ever. And that includes postseason. And he's been basically a one-pitch guy, although he can man both sides of the plate with it. But it never changes. It never changes. And that's why this team has been so good for so long.
He's been as important a figure in the Yankees' recent run of success as just about anybody you can name.
There's no question about it. I mean, you look at the career active, or not career, but active leaders, and Hoffman 596. This guy's is 50 behind. Hoffman's been stuck since April on that number.
And how many times over the years, Rick, did we see Joe Torre go to Rivera for a 2-inning save, go to him in the 8th inning to try and slam the door
number
closed?
When he needed wins, he would. You're absolutely right. But, now this guy getting up there in age, but it still hasn't slowed him down, and he's just been a machine. And, I mean, and left-handers, he's better on left-handers, it seems, than right-handers, because that cutter just comes in and they can't lay off of it.
Mariano Rivera, meet Carlos Santana. High, ball one with a fastball. The 1-0 back out of play. And, Rivera's a guy, too, who has learned how to deal with the loss of velocity. He used to throw 95, 96, 97 miles an hour.
Well, the command is just something that he's never lost. He can command both sides of the plate. And it's just unbelievable. I remember when we were here that Bill Selby, we had bases loaded, hit that double down the line, and it was a foul ball, and you figured, that was our only chance. And then he hit the grand slam into the bullpen. But this guy, he's had very few hiccups in his career. 20 of 22 this year.
Broke his bat. Bloops a base hit into center field, and the Indians get the leadoff man aboard. Carlos Santana, the rookie, in his first career at bat against one of the greatest closers, if not the greatest closer in the history of the game. And he's got a base knock. Sandy Alomar whispering in his ear, it's not that easy, don't you? And so it'll bring up Travis Hafner with the tying run at first base here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Travis Hafner 1 for 3, homered back in the second inning. And the thing about Santana, and we've seen plenty of games where he was 1, 2, 3. But we've also seen games where he's had to work with guys on base, and it hasn't been easy, and yet he never seems to give in to the pressure or the moment or anything of that nature either.
You see, normally when you're a left-hander and you're facing Rivera, you're looking for that cutter to come in on the hands. That one, he started it out away. And you figure if you're going to cut the plate in half on this guy, you look on the inner half. But that pitch right there showed you he can go outer half as well. Going again.
The 0-1 pitch. Missed up high with it. Outfield plays Hafner straight away. Santana held at first by Teixeira.
There it is again, away.
Takes a strike. It's 1-2.
You just don't look for that as a left-handed hitter because, he wears you out inside. And you just don't face him enough. This is only this, we got to see how many times he's pitched against us this year. Has he even pitched against us?
Mariano Rivera ready with a 1-2. Little tapper. Rivera throws to first to retire Hafner, 1 down. Tying run into scoring position. And Johnny Peralta will be the batter.
Well, that's what happened. He stayed away and he just slapped one down on the ground. The good thing is that you got the tying run into scoring position. You're going to have a couple right-handers now with the opportunity.
Tribe 0 for 5 with a runner in scoring position here tonight. As Johnny Peralta will try to deliver. Rivera straightens him up. In off the plate for ball 1. He got that one up to 94 miles an hour. Same pitch, same result, 2-0. The Yankee right-hander ready in the 2-0 to Peralta. Broke his bat. Rodriguez throws him out, 2 down. And it comes down to Matt Laporta for the Indians. Laporta will bat with Santana, the tying run at second base, and 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Rivera sets. He delivers. And it's inside for ball 1. Well, after Tampa Bay had a perfect game and a no-hitter thrown against them this year, they get a no-hitter tonight. Matt Garza
completed it.
No-hit the Detroit Tigers, and Tampa wins it 5-0.
Wow.
The year of the pitcher continues in baseball. It's a called strike. 1-1 the count on Laporta. Laporta trying to deliver here in the clutch with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. And the Indians down 3-2. Weak ground ball hit towards second. Cano has it. Throws him out. And the Yankees win it. Mariano Rivera shuts the door on the Indians here in the 9th. Picking up his 21st save of the year. Javier Vasquez ends up the winning pitcher tonight. He's now 9-7. Jake Westbrook, the tough luck loser, drops to 6-7 on the year. With the win, New York is now 63-35. Tribe drops to 41-58. And it's time now for our play of the game, brought to you by KeyBank, banking home of your Cleveland Indians.
Well, you know what it's going to be. It's Curtis Granderson, boy. He got the pitch to his liking and gave it a ride. That is going to be the game winner right there for Granderson. His 10th home run coming in the 8th inning off Jake Westbrook. He looking shocked, and he realized, boy, I didn't want to give up that lead, but that is going to be our KeyBank key play of the game.
So the Indians gave it a game effort, and they had a chance. They were up 2-1. But in the 8th inning, a Curtis Granderson 2-run homer changed the game, and New York goes on to win it by a final score tonight of 3-2. We're back with the Conrads